There is only one Indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever. There is only one Indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human
resolute Hail, Biafra.
Yes, sir. Once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, people of conscience around the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station is being anchored by Diokwa Uchioka from Efo, who hails from Abatete in Anambra State. He is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one truth I do not expect everyone to understand, but one day you shall. I am George ONYIBE. I hail from Agbo. Agbo is in Anioma province, Biafra land. And as always, I take my time to acknowledge members of the de facto, customary, government, men and women who are out there doing the needful to ensure that this restoration project is brought to a conclusive end. Of course, embarking on a political enlightenment campaign, as well as working assiduously to make sure that every form of evil is toned down. I acknowledge members of the Biafra Nation Alliance, those men and women out there who, against all odds, stood their ground to make sure that the image of Biafra cannot be dented by anybody. Acknowledge all of you this evening. And of course, indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, the only thing they know how to do is they are on Facebook. As I'm talking to you this moment, I have about 78 trackers already. What are they trying to do? Compromise my platform. But it's not possible for them, because I think we are ready for this journey. What they do is they come on Facebook, they insult you, they call you name, they blackmail you. The painful aspect is that most of them are ignorant. They don't know what they are doing, but they think they are serving their father nation. They don't even know their father. So how do you tell me they know their father nation? But that is their cause, and I am your destiny, and I am your doom. The next generation must be wary of them. You must watch out for them. Everybody is a saboteur. Everybody is a saboteur. And it is appalling that the same allegation we leveled against Nigeria, this is exactly the same character we are demonstrating, even on the expense of our own people. And then such human being can still come out and tell me about morality. Very unfortunate. Acknowledge them, do your job. China Sanguru, the gangster called US, sponsor more, because the power of your recruit is dwindling down already. Acknowledge, of course, the Almighty Creator, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. It's almost impossible to do anything without acknowledging him. And so in my humble way this evening, I said to him, Anyị na jage mao nihina imara mai ihunanya na ge ubioma ge ujuru anyanya dadio inwe ge mgbanwe ọ dị onye dịka gị Ebu Alpha no Omega Daddy anyị niile na-asị na ịdịmma ise We will move ahead to our topic this evening as briefly as we can, and it is titled Reviewing the Three Most Important Issues Before Engaging Every Component Member in the Biafra Restoration Project. Reviewing the three most important issues before we can move ahead to engage every component member nation as far as the Biafra Restoration Project is concerned. Formally assessing these issues with the intention of change, if necessary, should be considered the utmost importance in this Biafra Restoration Project if we must be able to bring everybody on board. When you look at the issue of Biafra, a lot of avenues, a lot of strategies has not been exploited. But of course, we are making headway in some area. We are doing what we can. But our people are not noticing when it comes to in-depth knowledge of what we are doing. Our people don't even understand the areas we need to engage. Meticulously review the issues surrounding those avenues. Exploit them and take advantage of what they represent. But if you do not know the importance of food, you will not want to eat, because some people don't even get hungry at the end of the day. If you do not understand the importance of medicine sometime, or if by formation you are those who don't believe in medical solution in terms of illness, you won't take any drug. But not until you have access and review the role they play, and then you begin to understand why Jesus was a miracle worker, but then in his ministry he has associated doctor working with them. In other words, in as much as he can do miracle, he still encouraged people to visit the doctor, because somewhere along the line the miracle may not be available because of your inability to have faith, to exercise your faith. In such case, you require a medical doctor to help you. And in the same way, there are instruments that are on ground already before our very eyes to push harder for this Biafra Restoration Project, and then we go home. But we have not been able to review its potential, not to talk of engaging to exploit the very frontier. And so before our very eyes, this same instrument who had the capacity to take us to our destination eventually is becoming the instrument of our undoing. There are three main areas of engagement that we must exploit. Of course, it must be done meticulously. We must be very, looked in depth if we must be able to restore the Biafra of our dream. Of course, great effort and sacrifice have been initiated already, and we have absolute control of this area. But quite unfortunate, we have failed to utilize its potential, which leads to further degrading of this hollow platform, the Biafra restoration issue. But with confidence and assurance, we are very certain that all hope is not lost, because it is not too late. So we encourage our people, as we encourage the Nigerian state, for so many reasons, as he has started earlier. They must have a holistic review in this area, as it affects every other area as far as the Biafra Restoration Project is concerned. There are a lot of activities, there are a lot of platforms There are a lot of mobilization. There are a lot of enlightenment campaign. A lot of issues is going on. But finally, it looks like we have food, yet we are going hungry. It looks to me that we have access to medical facility, yet we are sick. And then in a situation like that, there is truly need to review whether we have been taking the fake drugs in terms of sick people having the availability of a medical facility but yet not getting healed. And then we need to begin to ask ourselves, is the food artificial? If we have food and we can't eat, you must find out what is wrong. But then let us review as it related or as regarding this Biafra restoration project, areas that we're supposed to attack tactically and make proper use of our potential. Number one, we look at the first stage, partisans. Partisans. When we talk about partisans, these should be referred to as strong supporters of a party, of a cause or person. We say partisans. Who are the partisans? Just as the name referred to, let's look at political party. The people, the person that will be the governor, the person that may be the chairman, the House of Rep member, the president, the councillor, as the case may be. They need strong supporters who will rally round to make sure that they win the election and then they are put into office. These partisans are strong supporters. Most of them don't even know what they are supporting. Most of them act by emotion and sentiment. These are partisans. They are the ones that carry black card. They are the ones that protest. They are the ones that snatch ballot box. They are the ones that risk their life. Go and find out what moves these partisans in terms of political setting. It will shock you. There are a lot of loopholes. But these partisans, they have a very vital role to play in any political party. That is why they keep, trying to influence you to join them. In this Biafra restoration project, the first stronghold to anchor to, this very ship known as the Biafra restoration project, for her to survive, the benefit, that instrument known as the partisans, they must be properly initiated. You must exploit them and make use of what they represent. We started on this journey very well. We had the partisans. Those are the people who are doing protest. They carry black cards. Most of them don't even know what they are doing. Now we are supposed to take proper advantage of their population. We try to a certain extent until something went wrong. Biafran partisans, for instance, what are we doing with the population? What are we doing with the support? Yes, approximately maybe 50% are supporting Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, our supremacy, our savior, our Messiah, our Jesus Christ. To them, that is what Biafra is all about. And then when you thought, they say you are a saboteur, you are evil, you are this one, you are that one. Partisans. But these people were right instrument. That if they were properly programmed and positioned, but now we will not be talking about Biafra. And then the other 50% of Biafran partisans, 30% are confused. They don't know what to do. 10% are not interested. They are Nigeria and they remain Nigeria. And then you have another 10%. They are supporting different group. Autopilot, Edu, different group. But imagine if the 10% who are supporting various groups. If the 30% who may be considered as ignorant, which is 40, and then if the 50%, for instance, that supposedly support Nnamdi Kanu come together, if they were together, and then you have 10% who are not Nigeria, it would have been easy to convince them. It would have been easy to win your argument in any platform. And so this very instrument already have been bastardized. Where are the Biafran partisans? They are busy killing each other. They are busy eating each other. And yet, we want to talk about Biafra. Not until the issue is addressed. How can you talk about Biafra? Is it Biafra you eat human being? Is it Biafra you manufacture saboteur? Is it Biafra you collect money and you hide in the midst of the true genuine agitators to cause confusion? Which one? Where are the partisans? What exactly are they doing now? The people of Biafra, genuine people, you must open your eye. Because a seed of discord have been sown among us already. It will ravage many people. Forget about the shapes, the forms, and how they appear. But you shall know the truth. That is why we keep enlightening you. But sometimes this information comes in a language you will not understand. But it really doesn't matter, because you must understand before the end of the day. Under this same partisan, you will understand that there are need for us at this moment to redirect their conduct to suit this very Biafra agitation and its purposes. All the strong supporters of Biafra, what are they doing now? What exactly are we doing? We are busy antagonizing each other without knowing that this is one area that we must win. This is one area we must have absolute control over. This is one area we must do everything to make sure everybody is on board. But what are we doing with them? What exactly, people of Biafra? I'm talking to every platform. What are you telling your supporters? To cover evil? What are you telling your supporters? To blackmail people? What are you telling your supporters? To kill people and eat their meat? What are you telling your supporters? To begin to form armed group, militia group, to kill your own people? Initiating crisis in your own region? Is that how you're going to get Biafra? I tell you the truth. To be able to win this battle, first of all, we must be able to rally round all the Biafran partisans, agitators. Most of them are ignorant. But you must take advantage of the fact that they support what we are doing. Redirect their energy. Redirect their energy to fight for the true cause. Stop building ego for yourself. Stop trying to be right. Stop trying to pretend as if you know it all. Number one. We just want to review 3 areas this evening. And then hopefully, as this message goes across to our people, they'll be able to redefine their position and understand where exactly they are. We talk about the next stage, area that must be exploited and use their present as an advantage to this Biafra agitation. We are talking about this time the sympathizers. The sympathizers are persons who agree with or support a sentimental opinion or ideology. And somebody say, I'm a sympathizer. Unlike the partisans, they may not be part of you. They are not in your group. They are not in your team. They are sympathizers. They support what you are doing. They believe in your ideology. Like the case of Biafra. Many of our governors, many of our senators, members of House of Rep, many of our clergy, many of our monarchs, civil servants, market women and men, students, they understand why we are agitating for Biafra. But they can't be Biafra for reason best known to them. And so as a sympathizer, they will give you unalloyed support. Not in the open, but behind. a normal Biafran student anywhere in Nigeria will understand that coming from home is a different ball game, because somebody from Abia is required to score 1,000 to enter Nigerian university, and then somebody from Anambra is expected to score like 2,000 to enter Nigerian university, and then somebody from Rivers State is expected, for instance, to score 1,500 points to enter Nigerian university. And then they go to Osun State, somebody from Osun State can score 100 and enter the same university. And then they go to Ondo State, somebody from Ondo State should score 500 and they enter the same university. And then you begin to wonder, if somebody from the East have to score 2,000 to 1,500 to gain access to Nigerian university, while somebody from the West is expected to score between 700 to 300 to gain access to Nigerian university, and then somebody from the North is expected to score 33, and all of them will be in the same grade in Nigerian university. Of course, many Nigerian students understand this. So as a Nigeria, as a Biafran coming from this part of Nigeria, you are in for a game. Are we going to analyze that of the issue of the civil servant? Are we going to talk about the political setting or arena? But then most of us are not privileged to come forward. Somebody called me in one of the program, and later on we discussed. He said, I understand, we understand all these things that are happening. He said, but brother, believe me, I have so much in my hand. I cannot volunteer myself openly. But we are with you people. Many of them are like that around the world. Now imagine if we are able to create a platform where these people that cannot come out openly are supporting from within. Imagine the great achievement we have done. We have achieved on this very platform. But at this stage, I must tell you that the sympathizers are confused. As you are speaking today, 80% of such persons in this position, in this grade known as sympathizers, they are confused. Because the last time I checked, since the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, the only thing you are hearing, the echo of the partisans, is, oh, see me Anepa, you are a thief, autopilot, oh, I will kill you, I will shoot you, this one exposed. The partisan believed in ideology. The partisan believed in what we are doing. They know it's the right thing to do. And so, from within, they give their support. Now, all of them are confused. They don't even know what is happening. Some of them are still trying to, let's follow, let's be among. If you can't be there, you join them. Let's just follow. They had a good idea. The ideology was good. They were fighting for the right cause. But we just don't understand what is going on. Anyway, let's just be following. They are confused already. Some of them are discouraged. Some of them are giving hope. Now, whether you are a partisan, misguided one, whether you are a sympathizer, confused one, the truth remains that it is going to affect all of us when the time comes. But for the sake of those who are stakeholders, for the sake of those who are pioneers, for the sake of those who are leaders in this organization, you must understand the level of damage you are doing to the system. You must consider how it affects the next generation. And then, if possibly, there is need for us to make amends. When you talk about these partisans, not only that they are confused, they are misdirecting their energy. Their energy is being misdirected. And so, any support they are giving, they are maybe giving for the wrong one. There are many youths in Biafra land dying on a daily basis, which death or who are being executed by members of DOS or agitators from different groups. Because we have the Directorate of Saboteur, the Directorate of Kidnapper, the Directorate of ESM, the Directorate of Emissary, the Directorate of Idu Kingdom, the Directorate of Autopilot, the different directorates. They are giving order. And most of you are paying money. You think you are funding the security to protect our land. Protect our land from who? If you are funding any security outfit here as a Biafran in Biafra land, you are only funding those people who are destabilizing your village, because it's obvious to you now that we are the one killing ourselves. No more Fulani herdsmen are ravaging, they are raping us, they are killing us. And so people are telling you, come and raise money, come and raise money, come and raise money. I'm sure they are not telling you how many of our youth we are losing on a daily basis. I'm sure you are not aware. And so most of you who are sympathizers, you want to identify with us in this struggle. You mean well for us. Be very sure you are not misdirecting your energy. Because a day will come, Biafra will beckon on you. A day will come, Biafra will need you. And so don't be confused. Understand, all hope is not lost. There must be need for clarification in the situation report at this moment in order for us to remain focused. And then we look at the third area that need to be exploited. And then we work on it to harness its potential. Because if all these three areas are not strategically positioned, my brother, fasten your seatbelt. Those of you who say we move, continue, because the journey has just begun. We look at the third aspect, and I call it the introspect. The introspect is that aspect of examining one's own thoughts or feeling. Their own thought and feeling regarding things that they did not do or things that they should have done regarding the plight of the people. This is one area that most people are shying away from. But believe me, not until it is clearly reviewed and justice done to the system. We are just starting. I hear a lot of people, they say, you are fighting for Biafra and you are killing yourself. How will Biafra be? Introspect. This Biafra, we don't agree with one another. I'm not sure. I can't support it. Introspect. But let us look at it from one angle. In every family, they have disputes. Every family, they have disputes. In most community, in fact, every community, they have strong disputes. If we move ahead to state and so on and so forth, there are always disputes. But something is unique there. Nobody want to say, because, for instance, Mona, in a Mona meeting, those of you who understand the Mona meeting, maybe village meeting, family meeting, they have serious argument. But I have noticed something. No matter how hard that challenge is, nobody rises up and say, I am not part of this Mona again. I can't be associated with this Mona again. My guy, it doesn't happen. The quarrel continue to be there. Mona remain Mona. Introspect. The meeting continue to go on. If you think that when Biafra come, there will be no trouble. When Biafra come, there will be no corruption. When Biafra come, all of us will be Arabatarian, Urubotarian, and Jewish people. When Biafra come, there will be no say, Emma Kwokemana. Why yani Biafra wanting to get Imeyaka China? It's a lie. You must prepare your mind and understand that everything we are fighting against to put an end to in the Nigerian state, the real battle will take place in Biafra land. It has already begun, just that most of us can see it. And I tell you, if you are not open to correct that evil at this moment, it's going to face us into Biafra. And I tell you, the war will be more fierce than you can imagine. Because people at that time will rise up and tell you, this is the reason why we fought against Nigeria. Because we don't want to see these kind of things. How could we be replicating the same evil in the Biafra? We have lost so many lives to build. Introspect. And today, one of the challenges is that most of our people are not coming out. because of the fear of such activities. They don't believe it's going to happen. And we are not addressing that issue. We are not selling this image, this product called Biafra. We are overlooking them. Somebody just wants his voice to be heard. Somebody just wants to be the Ukushiogo. Somebody wants to just be the Otokonadu. The issue of introspect must be addressed, and the mismanagement of it is going to lead us to a very calamitous end. And so the people of Biafra must understand on this very day that there is need to develop a multiple carriage platform for all inclusive, so that at the same time we can be able to develop the ability to manage such matter that regard the issue referred to as introspect, as we are discussing tonight. This problem will be there. How do we intend to handle them? How do we intend to manage them? What are the evaluation of these matters? Many people want to hide from addressing this issue of introspect. You want to hide. Let's sweep it under the carpet. Then we move. Where are you moving to? If these areas are not properly reviewed, our position re-evaluated, I tell you, brother, we already have built a monster that want to destroy all of us. The difference now is that we have a safe harbor where we can protect ourselves from the evil. But I can tell you that in the nearest future, nobody will be safe. Both the ones shouting, oh, we will kill you. Both the ones with gun. Both the ones that didn't give gun. One day they will send you to kill somebody. You will say no. They will turn against you. Already those of you who are with arm now, thinking you are fighting for your fatherland, I repeat again, you don't know your father. Because what you are certainly doing is not something you can be proud of. You cannot say of the truth you are fighting for your fatherland. I have warned those of you in the media department. I have advised those of you in the security department. You will be their next line of target. They are deliberately cutting your size down. They will kill all of you. They will pretend as they are pretending. Now they want us to say, oh, China's a key 20. Oh, autopilot key 40. Hey, Nigeria Army key 60. All of them are the same thing. And what they are doing is cutting down your size. The point is, when they kill one general, another general will rise. They tell you, soldier go, soldier come, barrack remain. Today, look at population of IPOB. Over 70% of those who are supposed to be the leader, they know nothing about IPOB. And how could they resist? How could they understand what they are doing? They don't even know. But the issue of introspect is not reviewed. And to those using them, think they are fine. Those of you on the security and the media, they will cut you down. Because most of you know too much. You surveillance. You intelligent officer. They are going to cut all of you down. It has begun already. Very soon, government of the day, part of the government of the day that are in support of this harassment and intimidation in order to subject us to complete obedience against our will, they will aid them. They will aid them. The earlier you move back and observe, the better for you. The earlier you reposition yourself, is better for you. If they tell you it's going to be like heaven on earth, it is not going to be so. There will always be this challenge. But the area or the need for us to holistically review the issue of introspect and then understand how it functions and use it to our advantage. And then we will have a platform where both the academians and the illiterates can sit down and have a proper discussion. We will now have a platform where the king and the queen can now come out, share idea on how to build a nation. We'll now be able to build a platform where even the headsmen and the farmer can be able to coexist within the same community without any crisis. But you see, the problem itself will not stop. But then we can manage them to create a platform for all inclusive and at the same time use it to our advantage. That is the last stage. If we are able to invest our energy, our resources, our time, and have a closer look on this issue of introspect, believe me, the partisans, we can always redirect them and call them to order. The sympathizers, we can only always make them see the truth behind our very action. But on the issue of the introspect, I tell you, you cannot afford to ignore it, because it looks like it is the beginning and the end of everything that we are doing. And so the people of Biafra must understand, what we are saying is not something we expect that you will be able to understand immediately. But go back and reconsider it. From where you are standing, go back, be reviewed. We are talking about a nation. We are talking about our people. We are talking about the challenges we face. And if anybody thinks one way or the other, these issues will go away, I tell you, think again. Because there is a road that we must pass. And not until we get to the end of that road, eventually, we may not be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so it is therefore imperative that we meticulously reevaluate our position in the midst of our enemy as regarding the Biafra restoration project. Let us check ourselves. Let us check our position. Let us consider how far we have gone and then decide on what to do on the way forward, because we are making, or we are not making, proper use of these avenues. The partisans have gone haywire. They don't even know what they are fighting for. Some of them have become armed robber. Some of them are now kidnapper. Some of them are now God knows what. And like I said, the sympathizers are almost confused. Let us reason very well. The de facto customary government is here to usher you into a political enlightenment. All these people have a role to play. Without the partisans, who are those who will project the image of the Biafran people as far as politics is concerned. Without these sympathizers, who are those coming behind to point the way for you, to necessarily guide you in those areas where you know nothing about. Without addressing the issue of introspect, how do you think every component member involved in this very project can come together and then unanimously agree to do something in favor of our people? We need to think again and consider our position. Of course, at this moment, our lines are open and you're free to call in if you're able to access the studio line. The direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And then our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. The lines are open. And of course, if you are not able to access the studio line and you have access to any of my social media platform, you are free to call in and then you make your contribution. The journey has already begun. There is no backing off. There is no hiding away from this truth. Because not until these matters are reviewed beyond the Biafran setting, believe me, there is too much problem we can handle. And that is why Biafran at this time must stand up and be ready to embrace the challenge. If we're talking in terms of devolution of power, if we're talking about constitutional amendment or review, if we're talking about restructuring of Nigeria, if we're talking about regional autonomy, if you're talking about resource control or the Bill of Rights, if you're talking about the restoration of Biafra, understand that there is only one way home. And that means the people of Biafra must fully review and engage these areas we have considered tonight. I'll be back in a minute.
Why did you erase the Bight of Biafra from the map of Nigeria? Nobody has a right to erase a name, Bight of Biafra, from the map. Put it back on the map. You have no right to put it back on the map.
As Nigeria prepares for its general election come 2023 in Biafra land, Bight of Biafra shall be placed back in the world map. Go get your voters card, also known as PVC, for effective and peaceful governance in Biafra. This message is endorsed by Biafra de facto customary government.
Biafra's Got Talent exclusive.
After this heavy rain, please let the sun rise.
Our lives are in danger, siblings and more that all day long we have been ruled by strangers. Sing give us Biafra. We are begging you, please.
There's nothing we can do without you. It's only you that will save my life.
Chukwu King Biafra, you are the one to give us Biafra. We pray.
Save our lives. We are your children. Save our lives. We are like sheep has gone astray. Restore our land and heal our hearts.
Save my life.
Save my life. Save my life. Almighty Father. We are begging you, please.
We ain't been living here in the zoo. You up there, my set us free. We are begging you.
See my papers, they are crying. You up there, my pocket dying. Save our land, we beg you, Lord.
Tears in my eyes every day, I dey cry. Nothing else I'm asking for, Lord, give me Biafra or I die. We need a clearer picture, a better future, a better future, the Lord.
Freedom is what we want, nothing more, nothing less. We are tired of the zoo and your wickedness. Save our life, Papa.
Give us Biafra.
We are begging you, please. We are begging you, please. When your kingdom shall come, we will know we are safe. When your kingdom shall come, we will know we are safe. Father, Lord, we lift up our hands to the air now. Chukwu can take all the glory and give it. Send your son to give the life. Send your innocence, give me
Give us Biafra. Give us Biafra. We are begging you, please.
Alelele bukom, iwe we bukom, obia bawakom, ndio chichi
I know you can feel our anguish, but don't let us perish in the hands of our enemies.
Yes, of course, the lines are still open. The people of Biafra must understand that the very life we live now is changing before our very eyes. And a lot of things are going on, and we are just looking at them as if life is normal. Life is not normal anymore. One way or the other, it is going to affect all of us. But the painful aspect of it is that we have neglected the issue, the main issue that brought us here. The main issue that we are supposed to be fighting. And those advantageous instruments we have, those weapons, those tools that would have aided the restoration of Biafra, are either being undermined, abused, or being used to the detriment of the people. Biafra is still here. There is one way out at this very moment, that is engaging the Nigerian state and the global community through the political wing. 2023 election, presidential election is coming. It's going to be another moment to redefine our position, taking advantage of our dual citizenship as Biafrans as well as Nigeria. Go get your PVC. I'm not asking you to vote for APC or PDP, but first of all, go get your PVC. There are many advantages to that. As far as your age is up, 18 and above, go get your PVC and be ready. There are other advice and issues I would have loved to discuss with us on this program. But of course, we don't see everything here. And so we begin to encourage you. If you want to make positive change, genuine differences, you need to join the Biafra Nation Alliance. You need to join with the de facto customary government. You need to find access to any pro-Biafran group you believe the ideology, because the journey has already begun. And of course, in the absence of any call coming in here, our time having to spend, I will begin to wind down. And I say tomorrow is another day. We continue to review what is happening. We continue to update Biafrans on the manipulation as it affects us as a people. Those of you in Imo State, open your eyes. Imo State is not the only Biafran state. And so the person sending you to kill your brother, to kill your sister, why they are living quietly, my brother, you will be the only one in that village before you know the truth. You will be hunted down immediately at the end. Go and ask now the can, where is Biggie? Where is Dragon? Where are others? Where is Ikonso? They tell you they are hero. They will be mortalized. How do you benefit from being mortalized when you are dead? Considering the fact that you know nothing about death. Death could be the beginning of this journey. But how will this journey favor you? How will you be ushering into that very dispensation, if I will use that word? You don't know. Now we are here on earth. The present is all that matter. Stop killing yourself. Anybody who is telling you your brother is a saboteur, anybody who is telling you your brother is your problem, I think they have an issue. Of course, except with evidence. If it is backed by evidence, you go ahead and do what you are supposed to do. I think I have a caller on the line, and let's see who we are up to. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Okay, maybe I lost that caller. And so we must know who exactly are we up against. If you don't know, if you are not ready, my brother reasoned very well. Those of you in Anambra, we know the people that are actually using you. Don't let them fool you. Call on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, thank you. Reverend ONYIBE, I thank you so much. This is, yeah. Hello, wow.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. So, this is Sergio Maria speaking from New York City. I want to thank you for what you are doing for us in this struggle. And I want to thank everybody that is following us on the. Okay, so like you rightly said, there are people who are sympathizers. There are people who are partisan, and then we are all moving. We are all moving towards the same direction. I want to. I'm getting distracted. I don't know.
Don't worry about the noise. You're coming out very well. Just go ahead.
Okay. I think I gotta switch off my radio. I don't know the radio. Getting.
Yes. If you're listening, if you have a listening device, just ignore it. Lower it and focus on your phone.
I need to. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, sir.
Hello?
Loud and
Okay,
clear.
good. I think it was my own fault. Okay, my dear people, we know all over the world, I thank you. This is Sergio Maria speaking from New York City. I honestly want to tell who does, whether you are a sympathizer like Reverend ONYIBE said a while ago, or whether you are a partisan, or whether you are a stakeholder, or you are in the forefront. I want to thank everybody to follow up in this show. People who are putting in that, like some of who are putting in money, thousands of dollars in this struggle, and at the end of the day, we were seriously and totally disappointed. But my consolation, especially my consolation in this journey, is that we now have a mature platform. Honestly, I'm not like 2030. No, I am, and I'm a fan. Going the wrong way, you know it. The spirit in you, whether you are a man of God or a woman of God or a plain person, what the image of God in you will tell you that this is right or that this is not right. Honestly, the way we were following this guy before, the way it is going right inside me, I was believing that the thing there are still things that are not right. Because that time it is command and control, you can't even say anything. But I was keeping it to myself until the worst came to the worst. And now, what we are doing now in Biafra Human Rights Radio, I am in my inner self, in my heart of hearts, in my true spirit, I am comfortable with it. I am at home with it. And God knows that I agree with what is happening now 100%. The conglomeration of all the Biafran groups that have come together, the parliament that is going on, the code of conduct that is on, the Biafran Human Rights Radio that is moving ahead and saying what is decided and what is happening and what is to happen. Still telling us now to go and pick up our voters card. Go and pick up your voters card. This is the thing we were supposed to do early morning. Far back, years back. But we are not doing. We are running from pillar to post. Today we say, do not collect your PVC, do not. Tomorrow again we say, just go and vote. That is just like unmatured behavior, unmatured attitude. We are just running around like in a field. Everybody come here, we run, we go. Everybody stand up, we stand up. Everybody lie down, we lie down. We are just, honestly, people like me, sometimes I ask myself, why is it that you were there for so long until eventually, but the Igbo man says that I mean, it is better to be late than never. Thank God that we at least stood up to move in the right direction. And I'm telling you as you are hearing me, that right now, the direction we are moving now is not a direction of blame. If we want the blame game, we will also blame ourselves because we were there messing up like everybody. But today, we want to leave the blame and we are moving in the right direction. And I honestly thank our chairman, Mujadid Asare Dokupo of Calabari, who has volunteered to do what we expected to have been done since 2018. Please, communities should bring out their volunteer youth to be properly trained, to be properly indoctrinated, coupled with the government of the state to be able to keep security in their domain. That's what we expected long time. But instead we are getting, you come in front and say, do not mingle with the politicians, You not go close to the politicians. Behind, you go and take millions from the politicians. It was a really rough road. And today the same thing is still happening. But I don't want to go what is happening today. That's their business. Our people say Onyamalasu Oswani Ikwe. Right now we are now in the right model, in the right mood. I thank the powerful people in the Biafran de facto customary government, the powerful people in the with all the other parties that are coming together to form one group to move on in one direction. I thank everybody. We are very, very powerful people, professionals. All meetings are going on, and at the end of the meetings, we come out with satisfaction. When we come out healthy. We can hold meetings for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. But at the end of the meeting, we come out with a satisfaction that you'll be happy that you were in a meeting. But this was not happening before. Before it is always with always tears, and we tear ourselves into pieces. At the end of the day, there's no meeting that you come out before that you go home happy. But right now, we in a meeting, we hold ourselves together. When there are disagreements, and it's ideology, difference in ideology, and differences in opinions. But at the end of the day, they are all harmonized. And we come out with something solid. That's something solid, something that moves us forward. And everybody is happy that the meeting has yielded some results. Everybody's in that meeting. Calling out names one by one will not be the best. But I am using this opportunity to thank every person in this Biafran de facto customary government, or any person who is in the advisory committee, or any person who is in the parties that has amalgamated to become what we have today. And we are still expecting you guys that are listening. If you believe in the right thing to be done, it is better to be late than never. Please join this de facto customary government. ONYIBE has always been saying how the numbers. We have coordinators around the world, continental coordinators, people who are coordinating. Just join. If you know you can contribute either with an idea, a very good positive idea, or you can contribute with your talent, or you can contribute with your time. Just join us, and we are moving. And so far, the journey has been so good and so splendid and really reasonable. I am comfortable and happy with how we are moving today and how it's going. I continue to thank God for His mercy on us all. I continue to thank God for the love He has for us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been here now. I thank God we are moving in the right direction now, and this right direction will definitely get us to the right place. In fact, we are moving, and we are moving. I listen to this radio always to contribute. If you want to ask questions, we will answer you. But if you want to join the de facto customary government, it is a government of a think tank. If you know you have something upstairs, if you know you have something to contribute, please be part of it, and then let's move ahead to the promised land. I thank you, everybody, and I say may God continue to bless and guide us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Sergio Maria. Thank you very much. We must continue. The message is simple, and what we want our people to understand is having access to the true knowledge of the position where we have found ourselves, true knowledge of where we are coming from, true knowledge of where we are going to. And of course, things may not be palatable. Everything may not work out the way you expect them to work out. But of course, in the midst of all this confusion, in the midst of all these challenges, in the midst of all these trials and temptation, I must tell you, we will get home. Unfailingly, we will get home. This is still Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station, and our lines are still open for those of you who want to call in to make your contribution. The lines are still open, as we will be rounding up in no time. I have said it depends on the class you belong to. Maybe you belong to the class of the partisans. Believe me, you have a genuine role, a unique responsibility to take up as far as the Biafra Restoration Project is concerned. But make sure that your energy, your zeal, that enthusiasm, you are directing all of them to the right cause. And those of you who are sympathizers, irrespective of the platform or angle you are viewing this issue from, believe me, you must hold on your side. This is talking about a nation. This is talking about defending Biafran interest in the Nigerian state. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Focus on the real agenda. Focus on the real issue. We will surely go home. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Good evening, sir.
You're welcome, Mazion Ukwewanze. You're welcome to the program. Good evening from here.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening, all Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. My name remains Mazion Ukwewanze, calling from Biafra land. I just want to make a very quick contribution towards today's program. First of all, I must thank God for the life of our worldwide administrator, Dr. ONYIBE, and his family. I say, may God keep blessing you and your family from now to the end of this world. In the name of Chukwu.
He say to that your prayer. He say, thank you very much.
I just want to add one or two things on the side of the presentation today. The issue I keep telling our people remains this way. We cannot be fighting Nigeria against injustice, jungle justice, and all manner of depriving us of being we can be proud of. And certain that is what we are fighting against Nigeria. Today's program, you see, it is very simple. I keep telling people that we all cannot be well just because we get Biafra. You know, if anytime we achieve Biafra, we must be ready to build a stable society, stable economy, normalize things, good security, electricity, pipe-on water, good hospital, and everything. We cannot just, maybe we get Biafra, we relax, feeling that all will be well. All cannot be well. We cannot vote somebody to be a president, to watch him doing things that is not good, we'll be clapping for him. That's exactly what so many people want us to be doing in the name of Kano and his cohort. You know, personally, I don't hate him because of his talking for Biafra or whatever. But I speak against him on the aspect of the wrong things he is introducing into our mix. He came up trying to make us to believe that we are one. We accepted it. At the end of the day, we all come together to work with him to see the possibility of Biafran restoration. At the end of the day, he turned us against ourselves. Today, as I'm speaking to you, you can no longer be comfortable for your fellow IPOB, former IPOB member calling you on phone, asking you now how far or how family. You'll be trying to know, has they sent him to come and monitor me or something like that. But it's not supposed to be that way. You know, we're supposed to live as a family. Each time you see your brother, you'll be happy, embrace your brother as a brother. You know, not only and one year so Ojana Atoya that Nnamdi Kanu introduced in our mix today. Okay, look at some complaint that has been rising all this while, that even Tina Sanwo-Olu was the person that broadcast it, how the same group of security they claim they introduced killed an IPOB member
a secretary of IPOB in one of the civilized countries that just traveled home to come and see his people. They kidnapped him and killed him. A brother to a cousin to a Joffo, they snatched his car away. But these are supposedly the people that they are supposed to be protect. You know, it doesn't make sense. This is the same thing we are seeing in the hands of Nigeria, whereby a policeman that's supposed to protect lives and property turns back to destroy lives and property. That's exactly what is going on. We cannot shine away from it. We cannot hide it because it's our own doing it. Because if you hide it today, it will rise to a monster that nobody can even stand and talk tomorrow. That is the issue. I listened to one broadcast made by our brother Ijele and one of our brother that lives in London. The guy narrated how Nnamdi Kanu started. How those things he's talking about has nothing to do with our freedom. Like calling Buhari pedophile, calling Ohaneze Ndigbo names and all the rest of them. It has nothing to do with our freedom. Let us go straight to demand for our freedom. Let us leave personal, somebody's privacy life aside. But he didn't listen just because he wants to use all those things to intimidate everybody, which he nearly succeeded in doing, because in Igbo land today, no Igwe can come out and speak against what he's doing. No governor can even come and do it. Nobody, even no politician. He has nearly succeeded in doing that thing to our people. Not even to the Northerners, not even to the Yorubas or the Middle Belt. The same Biafra people. Just because he wants to be the Jagaban of Igbo land. He wants to decide who become whatever he may become in Igbo land. But we are sheepishly following him, singing song to him, holy, holy, Nnamdi Kanu, and feeling that he has something to offer. Okay, now we have seen him. He has nothing to offer because any time we are fighting a battle and the leader or commander of that group is captured, it's over. As it is now, IPOB is over. IPOB merely exists on Facebook. There is no longer any in Biafra land and Nigeria at large today that is holding IPOB family meeting as it was. Everything is over. People are now carrying phone, posting all manner of nonsense and all the rest of them, telling you how they killed Nigeria, and they didn't kill anybody. Because if they know the gravity of publishing that they are killing Nigerian army to the world, what it means is that they are terror. Because they have never been recognized as a legal security of any country. Just like somebody coming to publish how he was robbing people of their belongings. You are telling the world that you are a robber. So that is exactly what IPOB media team has been doing all this while. They will shoot somewhere, they come and publish, they kill 7 army, they kill 7 police, they bomb police station. You are telling the world that you are a terror. No country can have sympathy on you any longer. Instead, they will have sympathy on Nigerian state. So this is the problems and the things we are trying to let our people know. We are not against Biafra restoration. As a matter of fact, the Biafra Nation Alliance is still working very hard, tirelessly, to make sure that Biafra restoration project is realized in our life, in our own generation, not even in the next generation. That is why de facto customary government were introduced to checkmate and to organize things in Biafra land, to make, at the past they used to say Bweze. At least we are trying to make sure that something like that does not exist any longer. So now I'm begging everybody who is interested in Biafra restoration project, especially those that may have been hunt by IPOB and all the rest of them. The best way is not for us to go home and get inside our home. It's not the best way because they will still come after you. Look at Mazo Ojukwu. They arrested him some months back. We don't know up to today. We haven't know exactly which of the people arrested him. But when I told him, Mazi, come out. We are still on the track to restore our Biafra. Come out and join us. He was afraid. At the end of the day, the reason he was afraid still happens to him. You know, so the best thing for us is that we must join our hands together within the circle of this Biafra Nation Alliance and Biafra de facto customary government to make sure that fire keep burning till the end of our liberation and freedom. We cannot leave our freedom in the hands of charlatans, in the hands of people drinking all manner of hard drug, carrying gun, fortifying themselves in the bush, living in the bush. Our army cannot live in the bush. We have army barrack. Our police, we have a police stations where they operate from. We can't operate from the bush. These are things our people must know, because any human being carrying gun operating from the bush is a terror. Is a bandit, is a criminal. The world know that. It's recognized all over the world. You can't be an army of a nation, you'll be operating from the bush. No. How can you secure the people from the bush? You can't. So this is exactly why we keep saying that our freedom is very important for us, and we cannot leave it in the hands of one man, not even in Nnamdi Kanu, not even IPOB. Our men who has good knowledge come together, form the Biafra de facto customary government in order to accommodate all pro-Biafran groups who have genuine intention of restoring Biafra. Because so many pro-Biafran groups, so many of them are businessmen. So they don't allow themselves to be allied with some people so that their business will not be tampered. But if you know that you are genuine and you meant well for our people, for our children, for the future of this generation, come and join Biafra Nation Alliance, Biafra de facto customary government, or any other pro-Biafran group who are in alliance with the Biafra de facto customary government, because one group cannot secure freedom for our people. It's a lie. We must come together as a people. Let me give you one link of what happened in South Africa. Before South Africa managed to get rid of the apartheid constitution and its government in South Africa, the 90 groups that were on race battling against this constitution, they came together to have a consensus, to have an agreement. That is why you see Nelson Mandela coming out to tell you, let bygone be bygone. He has forgiven everybody. Because that is one of the agreements put on ground, that no one should go back and start hunting each other or trying to revenge of what happened or the other. So these are things we must come together to agree, so that anything we agree on, all groups will abide to it, so that we will look like reasonable people to the world when trying to approach them. Not trying to, when you are trying to approach the international community, your brother outside will be telling you, oh, don't listen to him, he's a criminal. The other one will say he's a thief. The other one, nobody will come to us till we get ourselves together, as we are working very hard to do it. This very time, this is the time, I can tell you, this is time Biafra struggle gathers very strong momentum. Come and be part of it. 2019 election is around the corner. We must have to secure our PVC to make sure that we look into the people that is vying for office holder of our territory, so that we will not make the same mistake that we are making before. Tomorrow somebody will come and say, they were selecting from Abuja. They will select from Abuja because you didn't come and vote. Because once ballot box come out, the next thing is to return it with the vote, whether you like it or not. So you cannot be in your house, decide what the few people that came out will vote. or the people in Abuja or somewhere will decide to do. So the best thing for us is to secure our PVC and make sure we vote wisely. If there is any reasonable person to vote on the line, you can keep your PVC and stay indoor that day. So these are the advice we are having, we are trying to pass to our people. It is very important for us to take control of our political landscape. That will be the best thing that can happen to Biafrans today and in future. If we can manage to secure our political landscape, the next step is to enter into Biafra. There is no doubt about it. Dr. George, I will stop here for now. Let other people come and air their own view and say, have their own say in our say. I say, my Chukwu Kabia, I bless you once more. You are a very good man. And in fact, the day you were born, I strongly believe that this is the reason why we are born into this world and in Biafra land. So I'm so happy that you keep moving in that direction that God wants you to be. I say, may God bless you, bless your children, bless even your oncoming generation, and bless other pro-Biafran groups that has genuine intention for our own freedom. Bless the Biafra de facto customary government from the head to the last, the parliament, and all Biafra Nation Alliance members and their administrators. I will not be calling them for now. I drop for now. Thank you very much, and remain blessed.
Thank you very much. Of course, you have done great, and I say the same thing to you and your family as well. Of course, what we are doing here is not an alien to any of us. We are not here to conquer anybody. We are not here to kill anybody. We are not here to take that which belongs to anybody. We are not here to show we are something that we are not. We are not here to show our power. No. A lot of things are wrong as far as the Nigerian setting is concerned. And somebody say it is a failed project, failed experiment. There is need for every component nation trapped in this evil enclave to be liberated. The level of deception is this very obvious that we all know Nigeria is not working. We all know Nigeria has not favored any part of Nigeria. But yet, most people will kill for the sake of keeping Nigeria together. And so, who is in his normal brain, in his normal mind, who want to sustain that which means evil to them? And so, there are a lot of issues that have not been discussed. They need to be discussed. And all we are asking this moment is based on the position we have found ourselves, we want to go. And so, to be able to go, we understand that some want to stay behind. We call for plebiscite. You could refer it to as referendum. We have said the constitution is not even to the people. It has to be reviewed. These are decree, not even constitution per se. We'll talk about the influence of nepotism. We'll talk about tribalism, deliberate emasculation of a cross-section of members of the state by the state itself. Of course, deliberately working to damage the future of the next generation. Because most of them believe that the more they impoverish you, the more they take away your will to resist their evil agenda. They impoverish you, they harass you, they intimidate you, they lie against you, they blackmail you. These and many more are the reason why we are here. And like I said, we still engaging the world through the ambit of the law. We still engaging the world through the United Nations Chartered, not just enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution, but it was first of all God-given right. Every genuine Biafran must understand that we need to look beyond the mistakes. We need to look beyond the shortcoming. We need to look beyond our inability and focus on that which is true about this journey. And that is, it is our right to self-determination. And that is it, we have the right to civil disobedience. We have the right to agitate, to renegotiate our position in the Nigerian setting. We absolutely have the right to do everything that we are doing at this moment. We've gotten too far. Some people may decide to sell us, collect money, just like Nnamdi Kanu is working very hard to collect his own amnesty and become the Jagaban of Igbo land. But believe me, it's not going to end the way most of you think. But it will end in praise. It will end in testimony. It will end in glory for the genuine people of Biafra. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate those of you who call in to make your positive contribution. Of course, Sir Joe Maria, all the way from the USA, and of course our brother Nwukwe Wanze, all the way from Biafra land, or Mambara to be precise. I sign off from here. Tomorrow is another day. We'll continue from where we stop. Good night and God bless.